Okay, as soon as I get done with the Kyle Juszczyk video, Adam Schefter reports that the 49ers are trading Jordan Mason to the Minnesota Vikings. And then on top of this, the Vikings are signing Jordan Mason to a 2-year deal with over $7 million guaranteed at signing with a maximum value of $12 million. So this is interesting. Obviously, the 49ers were always kind of in talks with trading Jordan Mason. The compensation is unknown at this time. I don't know what the 49ers are getting in return. However, this is interesting because Jordan Mason was a very, very good running back for the Niners while McCaffrey was hurt. I do think when they seen what Isaac Garindo could do, it definitely kind of changed things. I definitely think the 49ers felt really good about Garindo potentially being the number 2 back. And even at that, I mean, Jordan Mason. So like a week ago, they placed the second round tender on Jordan Mason, which means if a team, basically if the 49ers were to keep him, he'd be on a salary of like $5.3 million for the 2025 season, which is actually one of the highest salaries in the NFL for a backup running back. Now, if a team were or wanted to sign Jordan Mason, the 49ers could have either matched that offer or kept him. But if the 49ers would have let him leave and sign elsewhere on that same deal that they could have matched, the team that signed him then would have to give the Niners a second-round pick. And it did say, in the article that players with second-round tenders rarely get signed, so Mason will likely end up signing the 49ers tender offer and playing with the 49ers in 2025. But there were kind of always trade rumors regarding Jordan Mason. There was a bunch of people kind of talking about Jordan Mason potentially being traded. Okay, here's the compensation now. So according to Rappaport and Tom Pelissero, it's a 2026 sixth and so it's a 2026 sixth round pick and a pick swap this year for Jordan Mason. I mean, it's compensation, right? Like, I don't know. Good trade for the Vikings. I definitely think the Vikings are getting a good player. But I also think this is decent value for the Niners, so I don't hate this move. I definitely think, they're going to probably take a running back in this upcoming year's draft. They might even sign one of the veteran guys out on the market. But Jordan Mason definitely had a trade market. I mean, clearly, Minnesota wanted him. I mean, this guy played pretty well in place of Christian McCaffrey last year. So Jordan Mason traded to the Minnesota Vikings. Again, it's a 2026 sixth-round pick and a pick swap in this year's draft. So we will see what happens when it comes to which pick ends up being the pick swap. But Jordan Mason officially traded to the Vikings. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Again, this was the thing that was kind of heating up over the last week or two ever since they kind of placed the tender on him. And I made a video a while back that kind of suggested that the 49ers could very well trade Jordan Mason. So we'll see what happens when it comes to the pick swap. But let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. As always, go Niners. I'll see you guys in the next one.